This movie tells a story about Ryan Swan, who must carve his way through the crime world to wreak vengeance on the kingpin who murdered his father. First of all, this movie is being sold as a reunion between actors John Travolta and Bruce Willis. Unfortunately, you have to manage your expectation. They are both certainly in the picture, just not for very long, with the rest of the script devoted to younger characters. Travolta gets top billing in this movie for a part only slightly larger than Willis' customary brief appearance. The movie itself is sadly not good. It's a disappointing action thriller that doesn't always overcome its hurdles. It's basically a tedious exercise and tepid tale of crime and punishment. The movie actually starts out somewhat decent. Unfortunately, it then transitions into something far too talky and exposition heavy. The film contains entertaining components, but these elements quickly run their course thanks to a predictable script, wonky dialogue, and pacing issues. The general story outline is fine, but the movie doesn't stick with keeping the action moving. At times, the action is heavy. At others, the script becomes overly tedious with its explanations. There are far too many scenes of characters asking questions about one another and pointless flashbacks that don't offer much substance. It takes some time for the movie to get to the main aspects of the story, as it tries to fatten the short film with flat banter and monologues. It comes across as padding, which the movie is filled with, generally delaying a full sense of escapism until the final showdown, which is also missing necessary adrenaline, resembling an episode of television. Sometimes the main plot takes a back seat to make additional room for other subplots. As a result, the film comes off muddled, with very little breathing room for viewers to digest what's going on. The movie doesn't spend enough time giving its viewers a sense of who these characters are at their core. It tries to arrange personalities and motivations, but not with noticeable energy, laboring over the details of suspicion and suspects. It's also somewhat difficult to care about most of the characters in this movie because of severe pacing issues. Consequently, the story doesn't progress naturally, nor does it give viewers a reason to care what happens to the characters. This movie lacks the real emotional weight throughout the story. Whenever supposed heartwarming moments are introduced, they are not executed as well as they could have been. Willis gives the kind of muted, awkward performance that's typical of his later work, while Travolta, still only working at a fraction of his full strength, as many of his line deliveries come off like he just learned the dialogue minutes earlier. Overall, this movie is not really worth your time. We do not recommend this movie at all.